Hello there. I am Sharon Campbell. Thank you for the Plan to Prosper show. It is Wednesday, 6 p.m., your evening news. For all those business owners out there, entrepreneurs, startups, hobbyists, 9 to 5, our hustlers, our nonprofit and faith based. We at Plan to Prosper bring you these golden nuggets to help you grow and thrive in your company. And last week we talked about all these different circles that we have as we grow our companies. We think about people where they are in each one of the circles. And the reason we have circles is because it shows who needs to be put place in certain areas in order for you to grow and thrive. It also creates systems for you to be able to move from one income bracket of profit to the next. And so by doing that, you as a business owner truly get the benefit. I know I have some fantastic clients, and they always say to me, "Hey Sharon, just get to it. Don't give all the fluff, don't drag it all out. Just get to the point. A, B, C, D, and let us go on to the next one." You think about how the world is; it is made that way. You know, we have different people with different personalities, correct? But what we really look at is how do we listen and how do we communicate so when we place people in our circles, it makes sense. See, putting someone in the wrong circle may be a weak link in your profit margin. So, at the Plan to Prosper show, we talk about relationships, we talk about who's where, we talk about systems and goals. Systems outweighs goals every day. You could create all the goals you like. You can put them all down. You can put some action steps with them. But guess beautiful goals with great intention, with a lot of hard work, but no implementation and no execution. And that is not what we want at Plan to Prosper show for you. We want you to execute, but we want to make sure that you have the systems in place to do that. Now, when I explain to you about the circles, it's about 10. And we don't go in order because last week I talked to you about circle number 1, number 5, and number 10. And there's a reason why. Now, in circle number 1, just to recap, it is you have all these people in this circle that's too close to you. You have them there thinking you need them for whatever reason. But when you look at your balance sheet, your profit margin, your revenue, return on your investment, you have to really analyze each of those persons in that circle. Now, that doesn't mean they don't bring value. What it does mean, at the end of the day, have you made any money with that group that's so close to you? And look at it this way. If you are spending a lot of time early in the morning strolling Facebook, strolling, middle of the day, strolling. When your phone, there's a text, you got to pick it up. Got to see, got to stay connected. I want you to think about this. How much time are you placing on those distractions that you're losing the money that you could be making? Okay? I want you to really think about that. Really think about that. That is so very important. How much time are you losing with distractions? Okay. And majority of that is the people in that very first circle. So your action item for that group is to remove 80% of those. And so if you did not get a chance to do that last week, or you just tuning in this week to the show, I want you to do this. Get your pen, paper, phone with notes at, and write action item 1. Remove 80% of the people in circle 1 that does not bring return on investment, revenue, opportunity, collaboration, partnership, period. Because they have a place, but it's not in that circle. Okay? Now, let's go to circle 5. Circle 5 could be your sweet point. That is one of my partners would say, that salsa to make you go bam, bam, bam. That sweet spot, I call it. The one where you just enough to keep your business afloat, but it have not taken you that other leap. But it is that spot that you can make the income and you can do the things that you need. But it have not taken you to the next step. So that's that sweet spot. And so what I want you to do is to really look at the number of people in that circle and say to yourself, self, am I spending invaluable time with them? Or am I just going to them just to get a paycheck, going to them just to get a contract, going to them just to get what I need, but never depositing anything back? And what you have done, you have boxed yourself in because you have not built that skill set to move you to the greater where you want to go. And you now have created those systems that we talked about that will help you. Now, I would say to a lot of us that love to write, we have so many different tablets, notebooks, journals. We have so many folders on our computer where we have put goals, action plan, and have not done anything before. So I'm going to say, don't go buy a new one because that's what you're thinking. I need to start all over again. No, you don't. Just get all of those old ones out, brush that up, because you know what? Those was your best days whenever you had something bright that was given to you to do and you failed to execute it. You failed to put a system in place in order for it to work. So do not buy not another journal. No. Half of them, we didn't even finish the whole page. We got some extra pages in the back that we can write on. Or for us computer people, we have so many notes, so many folders with different little notes and things and ideas that we don't do. Think about it. Do we post meaningful content? But I tell you, in these folders, we have some, but we say, oh my goodness, I just don't have all the time. But reduce this, and you will do that. You will have time. Set up schedules, blocks of times. Think about your systems. Think about what systems you have in place in your circles that you are placed in, your return on investment in, so you can grow and thrive. Now, the action item for number 5 is revisit those people that is in the sweet spot. Spend some time with them and don't let it be about me. What I could do for your company, how we could help you. Oh, you are saying, well, isn't that what it's about? No, it is not. It is not all about you and not about them. That's why when you look at your bank account, your balance sheet, there's something wrong with it. It is not reflecting all of the talents that you have or all of those great ideas that you have written down in all of those notebooks, all of those folders that you have not implemented. So let's take some time and reflect on that. And you know why I say that? Let me tell you why. It's because quarter 4 is next month. Yes, that's a very important quarter. You're end of the year. You're reflecting back over 3 quarters. You are looking, what have I accomplished? Did I make my mark? Or have I missed it altogether? So I want you to inhale and know this. You can do this. You can start at any point to your success. You can start at any day, in a second, to start implementing your best processes for your company. Go and get what you have already. Now, for all of you out there that have bought all of these products from different people, oh yes, I have clients that have purchased a lot of products from a lot of people that's upselling. Great products. But what happened when you purchase those products? They come in, you download them on your system, or they mail them to you, and you bring your box in, and you're so happy, and you're like, now what's next? You want to call them, but what it is, you are purchasing the materials, not the person to help you to execute what's in that box. And I think that is the gap so many of us miss. We purchase the materials, but not the person to help you execute that. And so often we need execution. We need someone there to show us how to use these products. Or what happened is we'll run on off to the next phase. We'll run on off to the next product. And we have spent all this money on products after products after products, and we have not used them because it requires something of us. And what is that? It requires us to do something. It requires us to implement something, to execute something. And so often we have this little thing sitting on our shoulders saying, fear, it may not work. But you have to have the other one say, faith. Oh, yes, it will work. But is it going to be instant? No. See, when we see these products or these services, the person deliver them, yes, they are excellent. No, not all of them are not. Now, I'm just going to tell you some of them, it's just not worth your time. It's quick, get it, and move on, and you're going to make something. $99 and your company could go to where? 100%. Let me think about that. Because if it was that easy, everybody would pay $99 and getting it. So I'm going to tell you this. Dust off all those things that you purchase and start implementing them. If you need some help, ask for it. Be willing to pay in order to implement all of these products, and make sure that the product fit your business model. Okay? Let's say that again. Make sure the product fit your business model. Let's say it again. Make sure the product fit your business model. I slow down. Let me lean in. Make sure the product fit your business model. See, we can buy products and services and all these things, but it don't fit what we're doing. And it's called, I have an impulse and it sounds good and I can do it and I can get results right then. That's not reality. So I want us to just walk that back a little bit. Think about what systems that you want to put in place, have in place, written down, haven't put in place, and then start thinking about your circles. Now, we're going to cover all 10, but they're not going to be in order because there's a reason why. Okay. Oh, I know what you're saying. Can I purchase these systems right now? No. Let's show up on Wednesday, 6 p.m., and we'll talk through them. Okay. See, I don't want you to purchase another product. I want you to execute the ones you have on the people that's in these circles that want to do business with you, and make sure that each group is in there where they're supposed to be, in their own little circle, because there's a reason why. See, it's like building a car. On that assembly line, it's like a circle, because you start on one end and it goes around. It adds a different part each time. Okay. So you are not going to put on the seats in the car before you put the frame together. There's a reason why. There's different bolts for different stations that go on that car. There's a reason why. And so that is what the systems are about. Creating a system, know how to plug it into your circle of customers, of clients, of collaborative partners, of partnerships, of relationships, trying to make all of that work together and have a balanced life. And you can do that. You can. Is it going to be easy? Heck no. Does it supposed to be easy? Heck no. Was it meant to be easy? No way. But let me tell you something though. Let me assure you, the return on investment for what you do is greater than the fear on this shoulder, than the being so complexive, waiting for someone else to do it for you. To stop saying, nobody helped me. Yes, they did. You purchased that product, but it's your responsibility to implement it. See, you can help more clients when you yourself have invested in yourself to grow you, so you could be on a global market, so you could reach more clients. Always keep up here. There's 8 billion people in the world. 8 waiting on you. You cannot sit in your little area, local or state, and think that you're going to make the income that you desire and live the lifestyle that you desire just in that area. The math doesn't add up. It doesn't. You're going to run out of people. So if you put on the put on the right system, no, put in the right system. How about that? Put in the right system, you will grow and thrive. So for number 5, your action item is to really take each person that's in there and do analysis of them and find out what is it that you can do for them and how you can help them and what systems you can put in to better them so that in return you become the best. Now that may require you to go back and get additional training. So invest in yourself and do that. Sometimes so much can be coming at you at one time that you don't know where to start. But what I say is start anywhere. It doesn't matter. Let's do something today to better you and your company. So that's your action item from last week. Just in case you was not here at the Plan to Prosper show. I am Sharon Campbell. We are here every Wednesday at 6 p.m. So let me put a pause right here because I want to say something to you. Sometimes we will re-air a show because we get so many requests about it. And just like me going back over the action item from last week, it's because people reached out to us and say, will you expand on those, what you talked about in the circles, which was 1, 5, and 10, a little bit more. And so whenever you have your audience asking you, can you give us a little bit more information? It is as a trainer, as a coach, as a professional, to come back and to make sure that your audience receive the best information so that they can take that information, grow it, develop it, and be able to implement it in their company and with their clients. So you may see some repeats, you may see some updates, but it's structured that way because that we have an audience on the global market and we have people sending in different requests to us. Then the next one, let's move along, was number 10. That group that's out there where you may have received 1 or 2 large contracts, depending on how long you have been in business. It also could be potential clients that you would love to do work with, but have not reached your capacity to do work with them. That is a very, very small group out there. I've known people to only have one client in number 10. And so I did some research and really spent some time trying to figure out why. Why would there only be one out there? And so this is what my company came up with. It is the fear of the unknown. It is this little thing of going in our head that says that is out of our reach. We are not ready. We can't even think about being that far out there. And so we somehow talk ourselves out of that. So for our company, it is the global world that's in number 10 for us. Because we have made for our company, the Plan to Prosper, the Sharon Campbell group, we have said we are on the global market. We put it out there. Yes, we are. We have a global mindset. And so people number 10, our group of number 10 is all our global folks. And we're always expanding that because we want to stretch it so far that it comes back around to help people in our group number 1, circle number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, our whole mission is to stretch our number 10, our global market people, so we can bring them back around and filter them in to 1 through 9. And then that group will continue expanding. So you have to really think about, how do you grow that group? Now I'm going to give you some pointers because we had a lot of requests on that one. Number 1, when you are looking at group number 10, you start now, today, looking at 10. You say, who do I want in 10? You place them out there. Whether you have met them or not, that is your ideal client on the global level that you are trying to reach. Then you start thinking of strategies, systems, goals, implementation, execution, studying that so that you can start going after them. You set up timelines, dates, how you're going to meet them, where, how you need to interact with them. That is not only your long-term goal, that's your start right now goal, your immediate goal, your in-between goal, and just so happen you may get 1 or 2 along the way. But you need to start now on that because you want to bring them back around and take them through 1 through 9 and really move your clients up. See, when you move your clients up, they will call you. See, never look for the one and done client. What do you mean by one and done? I do this little project for them, I move to the next one. I do this little project for them, I move to the next. No, I want a continuation. We are in this relationship, my clients. We are in it for the long haul. When we grow, everybody grow. We're going to stay together, grow together. We're going to have one big happy family. The plan to prosper professionals that are prospering as they grow together. We are not going to be the one and done group. It's just too much work to be one and done. It's too much work. And so we really want to think about building sustainable relationship, authentic relationship, so we can work together and grow. We can do this. Yes, we can. It's been proven over and over again. When you look at, go back to automobile, they have relationships for different manufacturers, from the frame to the bolt to the gas tank to the gas knob that go on there. They have a relationship with all these manufacturers to produce different parts for the end product is a car. They work on those relationships. They meet together, corporations, that say how we could do business better together. This is what's going on. What is it that small businesses don't think the same way? We've got to start thinking that way. It's important that we figure it out and understand the value of a relationship and what it means to your company. See, your competition is not your competition. Your competition is your partner. So you can't do it all. And there's going to be a time when you and your competition need to come together and do a deal so everyone can have a piece of the pie. Now, why I say that in that way? Federal contracts and sometimes state contracts can be too large for one particular company. So if two of you come together that's doing the same service or product, both of you win. Because without that, no one wins. So I always think about, how do you and your competition work together? Okay. And believe me, it will show on the return on your investment. And so that is what I would like to talk to you about, is those 3 action items from last week. So let's shift now to this week. This week, we're going to talk about group number 3. Group number 3 is a very interesting group. See, group number 3 is that part where you really truly understand. You got it, but you need a little bit more work. They're in this group of people that you place there, that you are massaging, you're building some relationship with, but they have not quite bought into you. But have you really thought about why? Why have they not finished the deal, finished the scope of work, signed the contract? What is going on with group number 3? And you have a lot of them. You're spending time with them, you're recalling them, you're talking to them, but they still have not gotten to the contract part of signing it. And so I like to look in deep inside of group number 3, because they are your promising group. I promise to do business with you, but I'm not ready yet. Let's continue talking, but I haven't signed a contract yet. So that group, sometimes you can spend too much time with them and the return on your investment is 0. So you have to really assess, how much time do you want to spend with them? Because you have done what you think, everything to close the deal, and they still have not said yes. So what I do with that group is I give them the information. I ask them on a date that I could come back to them. But during that time, if it's a long, if someone says to me, well, check with us in 3 weeks, I do give little reminders, a little check-ins, and it could be simply as, do you need any additional information? Because sometimes they may need to go back to their board, or go back to their partners, or go back to their other group of team members, or themselves. They have so much going on, they want to pause for a moment. So if it's a long period of time, I do check on them, just to ask them, is there any additional information, just to stay in front of them that they may need. And I wish them well with their whatever they're working on. But I don't spend a whole lot of time trying to convince them, because either they're going to buy now, later, or never. Okay. And so if you have done all, and I trust you have, in the first 2 meetings, it's really up to them to move forward. And so don't spend so much time trying to convince someone about your service because you need the money. All the time you already spent with them, guess what? You have used your time, and your time is money. So if you're charging, I would say $125 an hour, I want you to go back and tally up how many hours you have spent trying to convince them for the contract. After you look at it, you don't put more money in it than what they're going to pay you to do it. And so I would say, hey, know thyself first, know thyself price, give them the best scope of work, how you plan on executing it, and then next, ask when can we start. If they say we need 2 to 3 weeks, check in with them, and then move on. Don't try to convince them. It is okay to move on. So, the assignment for this week is really look at your group, number 3, and really document how much time you have spent with them. And if they have not signed yet, bring it to a close. Revisit them every now and then, but don't put a lot of more time on there, because what you have to do is show them by being present on different social media platforms that they see what you're doing through community service awards or in the community doing something, through being on different podcasts, being on different IBM TV network, like being on this show. How about that? Great. If you want to be on the Plan to Prosper show, go to our website, www.thesharoncampbell.com. Put contact. I want to be on your show. I have something I want to say about building companies, and I would like to have an interview with you. Perfect. Start giving yourself some, hey, I'm here. Look at me. I am doing a great job, and I can do this for you. Okay? Always know that you have to let your clients know that I'm here for you, to help you become the best you. Okay? And by doing that, they will see that, and that group number 3 will start saying, let me call her back up and see if we can finalize that contract. So your action item is to really assess, do a quick follow-up, and not have too many of them holding and you spending too much time in group number 3. So that's your assignment for this Wednesday. And I would like to hear from you about how's that's coming along with group number 3. We don't mind giving you some suggestions, some golden nuggets and tips, some action items if you're stuck. So, sometimes you have to let people go. Let's talk about that. Sometimes you just got to let them go. Sometimes in group number 3, you have to remove them altogether. They may end up being part of the group number 1, that 80% that you had to remove. Let them go. Free yourself so you can have more opportunities. When you become the best for you and you have a clear head, and when you can make decisions for how your company can grow and thrive, especially as we are approaching quarter 4. Well, quarter 4 can be your reflection time. It can be your 2022 planning time. It can be your whatever you want it to be. But it must be your return on investment time. I know you are tired of being stuck. I know that you just want to move forward. So at the Plan to Prosper Show, stay tuned every Wednesday, 6 p.m. And I will assure you, you will receive something from this show. You can, oh, we're on social media. So you can always rewind, you could go to our Facebook and see us. There's so many different ways that you could say, you know what, I need to pop this in as I'm riding down the road because a aha may come on for me, just for me. But I want to encourage you today to be the best that you can be. You be the best that you could be. Dr. Eric Kelly III say, here he's saying this, what you are looking for is looking for you. That resonates in my mind. What you are looking for is looking for you. And I want to leave that with you today. Thank you so very much for joining us this Wednesday at 6 p.m. at the Plan to Prosper show. I am Sharon Campbell, and I am looking forward to seeing you next week. Same place, same time. Have a good evening, and we'll be back next week.